What is up, community? It is Ashrok. Welcome to Haularama number 10. 10 Haularamas. I got to give a big thank you to all of you that have supported these videos. If you're new to Haularamas, basically it's just me showcasing a shit ton of stuff I picked up over the last couple weeks or months. In this case here, this is the C2E2 edition. And by the way, the C2E2 video is in the works, so stay tuned to that as well. But this is everything I picked up during the Comic-Con weekend and a little bit after the Comic-Con weekend. The video itself will be broken down into DC, Marvel, some miscellaneous stuff, mini-mates, wrestling figures, a bunch of stuff I picked up. So it will be a nice lengthy video of cool stuff I picked up, and I definitely picked up some gems that you will see in this video. So I hope you guys enjoy. Play that funky intro.
Ashrok, 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 Ashrok. You hear me, motherfucker?
That's crispy.
Alright, so we're going to start off first with the miscellaneous stuff I picked up. By miscellaneous, I mean just random different things that I just thought were kind of cool, and I decided to scoop up. The first one being this Muppets, this Kermit as Indiana Jones Muppet exclusive. It's a 2004 exclusive. It's a Palisades tour or whatever. It was 10 bucks, man. It was really cool. I know me and a bunch of other cats in the community picked it up. I thought this was really, really neat to have. I haven't opened it yet, but it will be getting cracked open soon. Pretty neat. I like it. Picked up Saga. I got to give a big shout out to my buddy Mike Amps. I found a Mankind. I went to Toys R Us a week ago, a little over a week ago, during the Comic-Con weekend, and I found a Mankind, WWE Elite Mankind there. It was stored somewhere in the back, and long story short, he's like, yeah, we just found this here. I'm like, what? And then he contacted me. He's like, dude, I will trade you a Sagat for it. Pretty much face value. I mean, the value of both figures kind of evened out, but this is the Street Fighter Soda edition. I finally have my 4 final bosses from the original Street Fighter 2, and I'm really excited to have this guy in my collection. So, badass. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Next up is Deadpool, and this Deadpool is the bobblehead, the little mystery boxes that they have by Funko. I bought him for 10 bucks straight up at the con. I thought it was really cool, so I still have a couple more to go. The harder ones to get, like the ones that are like 1 for 144. Those are going to be a bitch to find, but I thought this was really cool. And 10 bucks, you know, you pay usually $7 for a mystery box and you don't know what you're going to get. I'd rather pay an extra $3 and get what I want, you know. So if it was all like that, that'd be a lot better. I think the whole mystery box thing is kind of stupid anyways. I really think it's dumb. I get it. It helps them make a lot of money, but I think it's really dumb. So, and unfair too. But whatever. I got my Deadpool. I'm happy. Woohoo! Mr. Potato Wolverine style. I had to do it, man. Wolverine's my favorite character in the world, if some of you know that or don't know that. And I just had to get this. I saw it and I fell in love with it. We went to, there's actually a store out here in Chicago called Gay Mart. My buddy Kirby Pags was in Chicago. I took him to all the toy stores, and one of them is called Gay Mart. It's in the gay neighborhood. But they have some really cool stuff, and they had this, man. And I was like, you know what? I'm buying this. I don't care. I think it was like 20 bucks, and I don't know. Wolverine's my shit, so I had to get it, man. This is definitely cool. So, yeah. Mr. Sweet Tooth. So this guy I picked up at a toy store in Chicago the same day I picked up the Wolverine Mr. Potato Head, and this guy's been on the hit list for a long time. I passed him up so many times when I was at Toys R Us. Big fan of Twisted Metal, especially Twisted Metal 2, if you guys remember that game. It was absolutely phenomenal, and this character is so cool. This figure is badass. So badass that I wanted to almost review it. It's really nice. Sculpt, everything is on point. He looks insane, and I love it, man. I really do. I love this figure. I really, really do. So this was a nice little pickup. It cost me a little bit, but still a badass figure nonetheless. So this Tomb Raider Lara Croft figurine. It's like a little mini statue. It's like a statue type of thing. They have it at Toys R Us. I'm sure you guys have seen it. This is based on the new video game, which I have not played, but this was on clearance. It was, I only paid, I believe it was $11 for this thing, and normal price, I want to say, is like $39.99. I could be wrong. But it's pretty neat. And it's going to look nice in my theater room with the rest of my video game related characters. So I thought this was kind of neat, and you know, I'm looking forward to opening it up. And I'm looking forward to playing the game. I'm going to get it probably for PS4. definitive edition or whatever it's called. So I'll probably get that when the price drops a little bit. So I'm not paying $59.99 for it right now. So, but definitely cool stuff here. I picked up this HeMan figure, not because I'm starting a HeMan collection. Don't get it twisted. But I picked this up. I think his name is Sidegorg or something like that. Side something, whatever. He's a whatever. He's a gigantic ape. He's a gigantic gorilla. And I'm a big fan of gorillas and that whole, just the way they look. I think they're awesome. I don't like the way this guy looks particularly because the yellow and green just look kind of goofy to me. But I did hit my buddy John Papa Sergio. And I said, dude, I want this. I want to customize this. I want to make it a silverback straight up. So he's going to strip all this gear off, which is actually pretty easy to remove. The cape and everything. And he's going to paint it brown and do what he's got to do. And, you know, he lives out in New York. I said, man, he's one of my favorite customizers in the world. I love his work, especially my favorite custom ever, which is the Little Big Planet Venom I have. And he said, yeah, I'll do it for you, man, no problem. So I'll probably hit him up later on this week and have him customize it for me. And I will definitely be showing you guys a before and after of this figure. So it's going to look, I think it's going to look fucking awesome. Just the scale alone is badass. And a new collection has begun. These are the same people who made the Marvel figurine collection, Eagle Moss. I'm almost done with my Marvel figurine collection, and this one just started. Of course, they're going to start a new collection. This is the Marvel chess piece set, and these are the first 5 that they've released so far. They are going to have a chess board as well, and you can see their different symbols and what they represent on the board is right there at the front. And I think these are really, really cool. Now, they're not like the lead figurines. They are made of a little bit less, the material's a little different. They are a lot lighter. But they're definitely cool, and they have like a soft bottom, and I think these are going to be really, really cool. And then with the chessboard and everything, it's just going to be very unique. And as you can see right here, right behind, it does come with a magazine. So each one does come with a magazine that's numbered, and then has a showcase, a kind of bio on the character that is coming out with it. Some of the comic books I picked up, I did pick up 2 graphic novels at the Comic-Con. You know, when you go to Comic-Cons, that is some of the best time to really get caught up with some of your graphic novels, your trade paperbacks, your just comic books in general, man. It really, really is. And here it was basically 50% off these 2. Each one was about, I think, $49.99, and I ended up paying $50 for the both of them. So it was like buy one, get one free, basically. And these are 2 of my favorite X-Men stories. You know, obviously X-Men, my favorite thing in the world, and Executioner's Song and Extinction Agenda. Really, really good classic stuff here. So I had to get it, and I'm really, really excited to have them in graphic novel form. And the only graded comic book I got so far this year, the only one I will be getting this year, I promised myself only one per year, and it'll be one that's on my hit list, one that I really want, even if I have to pay a little bit more. It's better than buying 50 a year at like you know, $500 a pop or whatever. But this is Saga #1. If you guys have not read Saga, it is, in my opinion, the best comic book on the planet right now. It's absolutely phenomenal. Big ups to Jazzy from New York for hooking me up with that and getting me into that story. Absolutely phenomenal. And this will be a TV show and or movie soon. I can guarantee it. Very, very well written, very well directed. Everything about it is amazing. So this is, I paid $270 for this damn thing. It is graded 9.8. This is the first printing. And if you're wondering why I paid so much, well, long story short, man, whenever this book actually about a year ago was $150, okay? And look how much it went up in 1 year just because of how popular the book is. What Image does a lot of is they test the waters. So they'll come out with a first printing, and if it's successful, then they'll start pumping out more printings, second printing, third printing. Hence, for instance, The Walking Dead. Walking Dead #1 didn't have that many first printings. And what happened was, I bought my first printing graded a 9.8 about almost going on 5 years ago, about 4 or 5 years ago, right before the show came out. I bought it for about $600, and people thought I was insane. The show came out, the book got more popular, the show blew up, obviously, and now that book goes for about $3,000. So those are the type of things, as a nerd, as a geek, you kind of make those investments, and you kind of realize, okay, where can I make some money? And that was a prime example of how to like really turn something, you know, spending $200 or $300, but then all of a sudden it turns into $1,000 gold mine. And same thing with this book here. So if you have your hands on this book, if you already have a version of this book, the original first printing, I highly recommend getting it graded even if it gets like a 9.4, it's still going to be worth something. And it's ultimately a collection. And for me, it's not really value. I don't sell my shit. At the end of the day, to me, these are all gems and things that I like to collect. Over time, maybe I will, but it's just one of those things, man. You gotta invest sometimes, and when you do, it pays off big time. So I highly recommend the book itself, though. I really, really do. Go read this. Go get the trade paperbacks and read them. Great stuff, and I'm looking forward to a TV show pretty soon. So let's move on. So here is some of the Batman stuff I picked up. Dark Knight stuff in particular. I did get this 2-pack at Gay Mart as well. I got these two. I got her at another toy store during that Comic-Con weekend, and then I got him at Comic-Con for $10. And I got the tumbler, the black one, of course. There's a purple version that came out afterwards. It just looks terrible. And I originally bought that one for $20. And I was like, oh, I don't want this. And then my buddy Mike was like, I'll buy it for me and I'll paint it. I was like, all right, sweet. So I gave it to him right there on the spot, right after I bought it. It was like an impulse buy, really. And then John Connor said, well, there's a black one. And I'm like, okay, sweet. And then we went to Toy Con that Sunday of the Comic-Con weekend. And I found one. There's a little bit of writing at the top, but it's easily fixable. You know, some kid probably wrote on it or whatever. But $12 for the tumbler itself. And it's in scale with the 6-inch figures, and it looks badass. It looks so cool. So the DC stuff I picked up. There's some more DC stuff I'll show you right now that's still in package that I haven't opened up. But this is everything I did open up. This was all in package at one point. I picked up the classic, some more classic Batman stuff here. The Penguin and Riddler. Really, really neat stuff there. It has that nostalgic feel to it when you were growing up and watching that goofy show, which now just looks god-awful. But still really, really neat stuff there. Picked up this Aquaman, which is an exclusive signature series. You know, I'm not the biggest Aquaman fan. Sorry, Billy Mahoney. But I think that this one here is definitely my favorite. He's got that rugged look to him. He looks like he's been through some real shit. And I like it, man. This one I really, really like a lot. So it's an awesome exclusive as well. I got this at the Comic-Con. This here is the Shazam, and I was really excited to get this one as well. This is Shazam's best costume, in my opinion, from the New 52, and I think a very, very cool looking character. And this one, this costume just looks, it looks awesome. It looks great. The hood is removable, so you can kind of do that and then just put it back on his head. So this is really cool, though. I was glad I got this one. This is another one of those exclusives. Paid a little bit more than I'd like to, but it's still really nice. But I got this at the Comic-Con as well. Here we have Deadshot. Paid a really good price for this guy. I believe it was only $20, and it was in package. So that's a phenomenal price for a figure that came out a while ago, and it's kind of difficult to find as well. I think it usually goes for the $30 or $40 range, so not bad at all. And then the Batman, I paid $20. This Superman, I think I paid $12, and again in package. This Bizarro Superman 2-pack, I paid I think it was $45 for the two of them, and I really didn't care for the Superman so much as Bizarro here. This guy's been on my hit list for a while. I know a lot of people like the new Bizarro from the New 52, which is a pretty cool looking figure, but I like the classic one. I think he just has that look on his face. You know, he's kind of just turn this light on. He's kind of just like Bizarro, and I like him. He's got a goofy feel to him. He really does, and he's got definitely some, like, his body is so disproportionate. It's kind of funny. But I like this one a lot. I really do. So did pick up some really cool DC stuff. Let's go look at the MOC stuff that I still have to open up. So the MOC stuff I still have to open up is the Swamp Thing. My buddy Mike Curbs got it at a toy store here in Chicago during the Comic-Con week. And then I saw it at Comic-Con. $40, brand new in package. I thought it was a great deal. It's a cool looking figure. Just looks really, really neat, and I had to get it. And then the Artemis right there, as you can see, I got at the Toy Con during that weekend, that Sunday, and she was only $20, I believe, so it wasn't bad at all. I think she usually goes for about $30 or $40. So she's a really nice looking figure and a welcome addition to my collection. And then I got this too. This is a Harvey Dent figure. Now, I didn't get this really so much for the Harvey Dent, but I found a customizing dude out in the UK who makes custom Agent Coulson heads, the actual head, and it comes with a little badge, and it comes with a deck of Captain America cards. And my buddy Rashid out on Facebook showcased his, and I said, well, what body did you use? And he said, I used the Harvey Dent. So I bought the Harvey Dent for like $9, and then the head, the sculpted head that's painted and everything, it's going to be $23 shipped from the UK, which is really not bad at all. So I'll have a Agent Coulson figure to be part of my Avengers setup. So there you go. So speaking of Avengers, let's move on to the Marvel stuff. So here is the one of the Marvel Universe figures. The only Marvel Universe figure I really picked up, obviously. This was the last one I needed in my Marvel Universe collection, and I don't plan on getting another one for loose or a loose one to open up. I have no reason to. Obviously, they had intentions of completing the Uncanny X-Force run, and they obviously, that's why they created the Nightcrawler. They probably would have came out with Phantom X and a bunch of other characters to kind of finish that team, but they didn't, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So I have no reason to really open up this figure, and he's been on my radar for a while. I just never really pulled the trigger. He usually goes for like 25 to 30 bucks. I ended up getting him for $14 at the Comic-Con, and he will be in my MOC collection. Now don't get it twisted, I'm not into MOC no more. I'm just finishing up my Marvel Universe stuff. I do not do MOC no more. Fuck that noise. It ain't worth it, in my opinion. So I'm done with that. So here are some of the Avengers figures I picked up, the Marvel Legends 6-inch line. I did pick up Thor, Hulk, and Loki. I'm kind of kicking myself in the ass going after all these. I do have the entire team now, finally. But I am kind of kicking myself in the ass. Why? Because they are coming out in Figma form. Figma is releasing these, I believe, later on this year. And I'm going to get those. And I'm probably going to get rid of these. So, but for now, it's not bad. But definitely some cool stuff here, and I got a really, really good price at these at the con. I believe all three of them were $80, so it's not bad, all things considering. They do go for quite a bit online, so bought them brand new too. So cool stuff there. Let's move on. So I kind of really pulled the camera back on this one, but I did get two Build-A-Figures. I did get the Giant Man at the Toy Con during the weekend for $105, so a really, really good price on that. Good joints, paint is good, and I did get another Sentinel. I believe the Sentinel was 60 or 60, 70, so not a bad price there either. I like this Sentinel so much more than the MU one. I like the MU one. He's got that cartoon look to him. You know, I have a couple of those, but the ML one, the Build-A-Figure one, is just awesome. The paint, the rustiness, it looks very, very rugged, and I like the way it looks. So that's my second Sentinel in my collection so far. I'm hoping to eventually get 5 of those, but really cool stuff there. Let's move on. So some more Black Widows. Altogether, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but I've already found 9 Black Widows. These two actually came from Amazon.com a couple days ago. I was online. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I just jumped on Amazon on my phone, and boom, it was right there, $21.99 Prime, you know, which free shipping if you have a Prime account. So I was like, sweet, I'm buying 2 of them. And I had one for myself. I had 5 I found at the store at once, which I bought all 5 of them. It was crazy. I ended up selling a couple, trading a couple. I gave one away for free, gave away some other ones. Then I found 2 more here, and these I'm going to probably use as trade bait. And I'm actually going to build a second Mandroid. These all came from my buddy Edric. He just hooked me up. He said, you want these parts? All you have to do is find the torso. So I'm going to use another torso and build a second Mandroid, and then sell the one Black Widow, and then the other one I'll probably sell or trade or something like that. But, you know, whatever. You want to call me a scalper, you can. I really don't give a shit. But at the end of the day, it's the hottest figure on the market, and if you can get a couple, then trade for figures that you need in your collection, why the hell not, you know? And I didn't, when I did sell them, I didn't sell them at butt-raping prices. I really didn't. I mean, the one I think I sold for 30 bucks shipped. I paid 22 for it. So it's basically like I didn't even make any money on it. I probably lost money on that one, but most of the stuff I use for trades, and I just try to get some of the harder to get figures. And here is one of them in the next segment. So the figure that I did trade 1.5. I traded an entire Black Widow and then the torso of Black Widow for that gold dust that you see on the right. To my buddy Sentinel out on Facebook, a really good friend, and I needed the gold dust that was on my hit list for a very long time for my Elite collection. And he was like, yeah, I'll trade you for it. And he traded me an MOC version. And I kept it in package because there is a new gold dust coming out within the next I think a couple of weeks, maybe a month or so. And I kept it in package because I'm like, I want to see what that one looks like. Because if it's the same one, then I'll end up selling mine for a higher price or something, or just keeping it in package and just getting the new one for a lot cheaper, and then whatever. But the new one's actually a different one, completely different. So I did get my Goldust finally. Really excited to have that in my collection. And I also did get Cactus Jack. So got that. That is a ringside exclusive. I think I got them for 36 shipped, or 37 shipped, brand new. So not bad at all. Really, really cool stuff there. And I did pick up this last one here at the Toy Con that very weekend. It is the Shawn Michaels exclusive WrestleMania, what is that, 28? Where he was a referee for that one. It was on my hit list as well. It's a classic, it's a flashback, whatever. So I had to kind of pick that one up. Some Legendary Hero stuff. I did get Stryker and Ripclaw. Been on the list for a while. I ended up getting them 2 for $20 at the con, man. So again, Comic-Con, that's where you can find some really, really cool shit. And I was fortunate enough to find these 2. I still have to find a couple more so I can build my Pit figure. I'm really, really, really want that Pit figure, man. It just looks so fucking cool. So I'm going to have to find some more figures to get that complete. But I'll get there eventually with different toy stores and cons and whatnot. So it just takes time. Got to be patient with it. But really cool stuff there as well. And the last thing I got in terms of action figures, of course, is my Mini-Mates. Got a ton on the hit list. Most of these were loose with the exception of the Street Fighter 2-pack. It's Street Fighter vs. Tekken. The Native American girl and that fat dude, I forgot what his name is. But those I bought in package. But the rest of them I bought loose. And I got definitely some good gems, including this Mole Man here. The Robin, the Sandman, the Penguin, the Yellow Jacket, that Namor. Those are very difficult ones to find. The Sandman is kind of hard to find. Got another Hellfire Goon, and then 2 Kree soldiers as well, and then a Wasp in the back. It's a classic Wasp. Lady Loki, and another Brood. So I'm up to 3 Broods. I'm up to, I believe I finally have 5 Kree soldiers and 4 Hellfire Club guys. So you guys know 5 is my army building max. That's what I'd like to do, is 5. But definitely got some gems. Paid a little bit for some of them, but some of them are very, very difficult to find, including that Robin right there. But and let's move on to one last thing on the video. So I had to really pull back on this one, but this is the last thing I picked up. It is the Blade Sword of the Day Walker. Bought this at a toy store. Yes, a toy store, a used toy store here in Chicago, for $40. He had it marked at $95, but he was just, I was like, how much do you want for this? He's like, I'll take $40. And I'm like, done. I did yank it right in front of my buddy John Connor, who was like, oh, how did I not see that? And he said, I would have bought it. And, you know, John buys everything, though. So if you buy something that John doesn't have, he's like, what the fuck, man? I wanted that. So you always lose with John, unfortunately. But it was a really, really good deal. I couldn't help it. I'm going to bust it out right now so you guys can get a look at it heads on. So I took the camera off the tripod so you guys get a better idea of this. But here it is. It does come with this little rack here with the Blade logo on there. Really, really cool stuff there. And it sits very nice and snug. It is an awesome sword. You can see my reflection in it. That's how cool this thing is. It really shines. I plan on getting it mounted on my wall somehow. I'm probably going to buy like a custom case for it. So I'll spend a little bit of money, but I want to showcase it in a better way. And I don't want kids around it, man. You know, I got little cousins and family members. And the last thing I want is this thing kind of just hanging out on a table and someone gets hurt. So we don't want that. But the handle's really nice. It's a heavy piece, man. This thing is... it's beautiful. And no, there are no spikes that come out of the handle if you try to grab it. I've probably been asked that like 20 times already. This portion here, you know, the sides are not sharp at all. But the tip, very, very sharp. So this is actually this is the sharpest part of it. Now you could probably get this sharpened up if you'd like. I don't plan on doing it. Again, this is a showcase piece. I don't plan on going out there and killing vampires or anything crazy like that. But I thought this was really cool for $40. I think this is a nice little piece in my collection. It'll be a nice welcome addition to my weapons collection. I do have a couple weapons. My God of War blades and my Link sword and shield, which is pretty cool. So thank you guys so much for watching Haularama number 10. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I had a great time at Comic-Con. So stay tuned to the C2E2 video. It will be coming up in the next couple days, along with Top 50 Marvel Universe numbers 20 to 11, and a couple other surprise videos in the next couple of weeks. So, but thank you guys so much for watching. As always, remember to laugh every day. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.